5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we're live. This is Ted Hicks from Late Night Parents. It's been about a month. Yeah, it's been a while. But we're here with Tony D. We're here with Mr. B, the combat sports guy. We are here. We're back. Guys, what have you been doing for the entire month? I think the last time we got together was the 25th of the previous month. How you doing?
Chilling. Struggling.
Just chilling?
Trying to survive. Getting myself back. Watching everybody. Trying to be supportive. A few things here and there.
Mr. B, what's going on with you, man?
I've been chilling, man. Chilling, living, working, watching these combat sports. Been doing a lot of streaming stuff. But here, man. We're here. You know what I mean?
I've been loving the audio podcast, I tell you.
Hey, what's up, Rick?
Rick Costa, what's good?
Tony, I love the musical podcast.
Appreciate it.
All the above. I might not catch them all live, but I catch them on rewind.
Appreciate it.
Where do we get started? I'm going to pull something up on the screen. Just a random question. And it goes 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I got this in my inbox today. Someone sent me a message. Ross Stevens from Bova D Press said Kim K to create OnlyFans. Celebrity odds enclosed. So they mention Kim Kardashian may have taken some interesting steps and she's considering OnlyFans. So our friends at Bovada have your odds. So right now, Kim Kardashian is plus 100. Channing Tatum, Selena Gomez, Taylor Swift, Beyonce, Rihanna, Leonardo DiCaprio, and Brad Pitt. Who would you want to see on OnlyFans?
First of all, I thought Kim Kardashian already had one. That's the first thing. Let's just stop it. I thought she already had one of the first. What are we doing here, man?
Man, if Kim K had her OnlyFans, that thing would shut down, man. That thing would shut down. The business would be crazy.
I thought she already had one in the first place.
Business would be crazy.
I'm gonna say Rihanna.
Yeah, I think Rihanna and Taylor Swift would, but they'd use it for like different purposes.
Right.
Yeah, but they make money off of it though. Yeah.
I mean, whatever Taylor Swift does, it just crashes the internet.
Yeah.
She hey, we're gonna release XYZ tickets for a concert, and next thing you know, boom, it's gone. Right. Sadie, how you doing?
Lady, what's good, lady?
Tony D, what's your thoughts?
I thought Kim Kardashian already had one. This is what I've been learning about OnlyFans, all jokes aside. Who that? Jeeves, what's good?
What's going on, Jeeves?
People are making money up there. It's not necessarily sexual content, so I'm not going to front on it. I've been hearing that a lot. I've been told to look at it that way and understand it as such. So if that's the new platform because everybody's going away from the others, I'm not mad. I'm not knocking it. If you're making money on it, what am I going to say? Any platform you can make money off of, I ain't mad at you. I just hope you don't get trolled and disrespected like people like to do, or even set you up to be in a situation of, or go through the negative mess all the other celebrities are going through, honestly. So get your green, get your money off. Everybody's trying new and different ways to be independent and generate money through themselves without having to do it through anybody else. I can't front on
that. Joe, any thoughts on this before we dip away from it?
If I'm not gonna knock the hustle, if people want to go ahead and try to make it, you know, as you mentioned before a while ago, OnlyFans is mainly involved with, you know, everybody thinks OnlyFans is sexual content, but there's a whole different type of thing, different types of things that are on there, you know what I mean? And people make their money on there, man. People make their money. You know, I know DJ Khaled has an OnlyFans and a couple other folks have OnlyFans. And if you're able to make money off of it, then hey, if people willing to invest in it, there you go.
So would it make sense if you lived in Montana, since you can't use your TikTok out in Montana now, to start an OnlyFans?
Oh, I got jokes. I'm not gonna do it. I got jokes.
Yo, what you can't do? No TikTok, hey, OnlyFans, yo. That's what I'm doing on my farm, yo.
We just lost Montana. We just lost Montana.
Oh my goodness. So hey, I got a few questions, but before I get into the few questions that are MMA related, I'm walking to work this morning, Joe. I'm looking at my phone. Someone leaves a message. It's none other than Tony D. He leaves me a message. I call him back. Now, I'm in downtown Manhattan.
And he leaves a message. Yes, he does.
It's pre-8 o'clock in the morning, and I'm leaving a 1 minute and about 20-second message on his voicemail. And I know no one checks voicemail anymore. It's like, hey, you still leave voicemails? Why do you do that? I was, someone ripped me apart.
Yeah.
Yo, let me tell you, Joe, do me a favor whenever you get a chance. Leave a voice message for Tony D. Let me tell you, the message he leaves, you could see why people go bananas. I hear this monotone voice, so deep. Hello, you reached Tony D. And there was an emphasis on the D part. And stop, he's got this deep voice, and I'm just like, oh my goodness. I'm downtown, and I'm like, huh? I'm like, do I leave a message? Do I not? And I was like, I just started, just ribbing him a little bit. And I said, I just want to let him know. I said, geez, that's a really great message. I was like, I don't know. I would just leave it there. Rick says, my voicemails get transcribed automatically for him to read out without listening.
Mm.
And that's his OnlyFans voice.
Wow.
Wow. I don't know. I had to make a comment on that. Tony D did call me back, and then today just got crazy, so we didn't get a chance to talk today. But questions for you, Joe.
Yeah.
The last time we talked, we were talking about Tank. We were talking about Garcia and all this back and forth, in the World Combat Sports. Who urinated in Tyson Fury's Cheerios this morning? Because this guy was all on social media, ripping everyone from Joe Rogan to Francis Ngannou to Johnny Bones Jones to every boxer that you could name in the heavyweight division about him being the baddest man on the planet. Is this just hype? This is a guy who hasn't fought in like 5 or 6 months. He's 34 years old. He's walking around with all these belts. What's his deal?
This is what happens when you fumble the bag. When you fumble the bag, this is what happens. Tyson Fury talked himself into a situation. He got challenged, and he fumbled the bag. He went, and he thought he was the A side. he played off the A side because he's the lineal champ and I forgot what's the other title he was holding. Usyk has all the other titles.
Right.
So he's mainly the guy, but they put it on Fury because Fury never really lost his titles. You talked yourself into a hole because you went, yo, we're not splitting this 50-50, 70-30 split between him and Usyk. Usyk said, cool, 70-30 split. I'll take the 30. Let's get the fight going. Oh no, we're gonna do this, and it gotta be within this certain parameter or whatever. Sure, no problem. I'll do that. Oh, if we fight, then there's no rematch. Sure, I'll do that. Now all of a sudden you added more things. Boy, you talked yourself out of a fight. Now you want attention. Usyk could fight whoever. You don't have that aperture. You don't have that. You know what I mean?
What up, Mike?
You don't have the opportunity no more now. You done talked yourself out of a situation, Mike Pat, man. Yeah, he talked himself out of a situation. He talked himself out of that fight. Everybody got fights going. Francis Ngannou wants a fight. Tyson Fury, he wanted to fight Tyson Fury. But Anthony Joshua may get himself into that fight now.
Right. You talking about the super fight that's going to happen on New Year's Eve?
Who?
Isn't Joshua and Wilder, and isn't there going to be like 2 fights on New Year's Eve?
Yeah, there's supposed to be 2 fights coming on New Year's Eve, if I remember correctly. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's supposed to be happening. We'll see how that works out. But yeah, a lot of people are there. Francis is out here now with the biggest deal. He can make some big time money for himself. Yo, Tyson Fury could talk all he wants. He got called out. That's the big problem. That's why he's upset.
But who gonna beat him though? That's the question.
Who really gonna need to fight him? That's a bigger question.
Okay.
That's a bigger question because at this point
is why is he going at? Isn't he like almost 7 feet tall?
Yeah,
why is he going at Joe Rogan, who's like
he getting mad because everybody's been talking. You know, the whole baddest man on the planet thing. Rogan's had some people on his on his podcast, and they've discussed that too and how they felt about Tyson Fury ducking Usyk. It looked like a duck.
Yes.
The way he carried himself through the whole negotiations, these dudes keep saying, yeah, regardless of how he's trying to downplay these guys and give them minimal opportunity, boy. Yeah, it's a doubleheader. But yeah, you did it to yourself. Okay. And people are looking at it and people are like, whoa. You're not gonna fight this guy after you gave this guy all these demands,
right?
Okay, so he played the game wrong. Is what you're saying?
Yeah.
Well, that's the game they're all playing now.
Exactly.
I mean, don't you remember when fighters would actually fight versus this crap we see now?
Yeah.
Yes. And
now we look and we're like, wow, we gave Joshua crap, but look how Joshua managed to schedule to you know what I mean, to organize him and, you know what I mean, his manager and all that, manage a contract for him to fight Usyk twice. They did that with no problem. The split was no problem. Why you can't do that?
See, here's what's crazy to me. Tyson Fury is a big dude. He takes blows. He takes blows that he gives them. Only people I see his size to be his competition be somebody outside of the sport entirely. You just go ahead and bring all the combat sports together. Okay, fine. Let him go fight the Klitschko brothers. Let him go fight everybody else who's all big and built and all that. Everybody who think they all tough. Knock them all the hell out. He'll be undisputed until somebody drops his ass. Seriously.
Well, he fought Vladimir. They both retired eventually, but he fought Vladimir. That's how he ended up winning the majority of the titles a few years back.
Right.
Unfortunately, Vitaly had retired before that. That's a fight I would have liked to see before Vitaly had retired. That would have been nice. But yeah, Vladimir had retired. There's not many guys his size
Exactly.
The only person, there's very few guys. There's actually no, there's a couple of guys. There's Joyce, but Joyce just lost to Zhang. Zhang's supposed to be up now fighting. He's supposed to be next to fight Fury, actually. Zhang may be fighting Fury. That's who Zele Zhang. That's the dude who just fought Joyce. Yeah, there's Zhang, there's Joyce.
The Klitschko's are busy. We know this.
Nah, Klitschko's ain't coming back. Klitschko's ain't coming back.
Well, they're busy right now, too, on those side.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a compound word. You forget the other pound.
Yeah, so you know what I mean? So that's the situation. So now he's getting upset because Rogan had his guest. The guest called him out on his stuff. And, they talking about Francis and how Francis managed to do this deal. And Francis is the most talked about guy right now.
Everyone's talking about Francis Ngannou.
Yeah. Everybody's talking about Francis. The world's focused now. If you're talking about boxing, Fury's there. But you're talking about Francis Ngannou, you're talking about John Jones. After John Jones' next fight, it might be his last fight.
Right.
And with Francis and his mega deal.
I want to stop you right there.
Now let's go.
Mega deal. Is his mega deal basically a 3-fight deal?
His mega deal is kind of crazy. His mega deal comes with a plus and a minus. Now, he said, "Can we have Joe Rogan take a match?" Yo, if I remember, I think Joe Rogan was supposed to fight Wesley Snipes at one point. I don't know. That never got to happen. But I remember that was talked about.
That's because Joe Rogan saw Undisputed and changed his mind. That's why.
He was supposed to fight Wesley Snipes. That was talked about a couple years ago. Yeah. Because Joe Rogan got legit Taekwondo skills.
Yeah, he can fight, but
he's legit. But Wesley got some. Wesley got some skills, boy.
Wesley got some deep down spiritual martial arts in him.
Yeah,
it's documented.
Yeah.
Put him up in the ring against Ving Rhames.
But you're saying about the deal.
The deal.
Yeah. It's based on two. It's for 2 to 3 fights.
Okay.
Super
fights. In the super fight division, right?
Super fight division, correct.
Okay.
Like the seven-figure deal, high 7 figures.
Right.
The events profits he gets a split of. The brand ambassador deal.
Right.
We talked about that, and the advisor somewhat of the PFL Africa that they're trying to spread out to.
Right.
He gets his own sponsors as well. Oh, he gets to rock his own sponsors. That is big.
That's unique.
That is big.
That's unique, right?
Because super unique. Yeah. He also is not exclusive, so he's able to get these boxing fights that he's looking for. He doesn't have the championship clause or the extension. So let's say he's the champion. Let's say he wins the PFL championship. He doesn't have to stay there if he doesn't feel like it. He could just leave. And then his opponents get paid some real good money in the process.
I heard upwards of $1 million.
Bro, we talking about $1 to $2 million.
Whew.
What up, Tony?
Hey, yo, let me go set up the deal, and then he back off, and let me get my meal.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes. So compare that, Joe, to if he had taken a 2 or 3 fight deal with Dana and UFC. Is it apples and oranges, or he took the better deal?
Here's the thing. If you look at it, if he was in the UFC, he would have gotten paid if he had to fight Jones. The thing is, he could have made more money probably, but in order for you to make that money, he would have to fight Jones and win, and then he would have to maintain his title for 2 to 3 more times. He would literally have to have an undefeated run to really get a really good hand of some money on there.
Right.
If he fight Jones, he makes about probably 8 to 10. But then you have to keep running undefeated and hold that money down to probably maintain the 8 million or 10 million status. So you could probably make 30 million or more off of that. You know what I mean? He would have to do his run, though. He would have to stay undefeated and still hold that title. But then again, if you just fighting John Jones and you get a big fight with John, you beat John, you're not guaranteed to have that 8 figures. You probably have that 7 figures because depending on who you fighting, lower caliber guy, you might not make that much money. Then you also got to remember pay-per-view buys and all that extra stuff.
Okay.
So with this here, he's getting a lot more signing with this PFL deal.
I heard something that another piece of the deal is he's just going to be getting a regular check, like as a senior VP or something like that.
Yeah, that'll come up. Yeah. If he's going to be a VP, yes, you get a regular check. Also with the PFL, when you're regularly fighting, since he's VP, yes, he will get a regular check. Mm-hmm. Even if you're a competitor in the PFL, a lot of people don't realize this. Along with the $1 million, you do get a regular check when you fight regularly in the tournament or showcasing. You get a regular check. Plus, you rock your sponsors and all that stuff. But yeah, as a VP, you'll be getting a VP salary check. Yeah, that's right. Ambassador check. Yeah, that's correct.
Next question. It's regarding staying with the PFL. Bring us up to speed on potentially the PFL purchasing Bellator and why that matters.
There's been a rumor going on. It's been a hard-fought rumor. It's kind of looking this way. That the PFL may be looking into buying Bellator. Now, Bellator is a big MMA organization that was started up back in, I want to say 2009, 2010-ish. A little before, a little after that. Mm-hmm. But, yeah, it's been around for a long time. A lot of good competitors that are over there. A lot of guys has been there for a while. They got a lot of fighters, a lot of really good fighters, a lot of young talent as well. They pick up really good talent. PFL may be looking to buy those guys. If PFL looks to buy those guys, that's a huge expansion in their already growing roster. If you manage to have that roster and you can combine both these companies into one, you got competition for the UFC. You got competition with the UFC. You also could expand your fights and get them around the U.S. They're already looking to expand, and they did the European circuit this year. Earlier this year, they did PFL Europe. They have a lot of they had a good showing in I think it was in France. Was it in France? Yeah, somewhere in France. I think it was. As you know, Bellator, their market, they're really good with the international market in Dublin. They do France. They do England. And they have a lot of fighters. They pick up a lot of good regional fighters. So if PFL could do that with the names, the marquee names they already have, and the already established names in the PFL, you could have not just a seasonal showing, you could have a year-round showing.
Right.
And you have a lot of TV deals and all that stuff linking between PFL and Bellator, Showtime and all that stuff. Man, that's good stuff. Good stuff.
So it's not like it's a distressed property. It's something that, I always viewed it, as being a novice fan, that it's the number 2 division.
Which Bellator?
Bellator.
Yeah, Bellator is good. Yeah, Bellator has been good, but it's kind of dwindled a little bit. It's dwindled a little bit. Because they don't have as much TV exposure as they once did.
Right.
When they left to go to do Paramount and now they're on Showtime,
Right.
that kind of hurt them a lot because they were trying to look for a place to be at when they were on Spike. Perfect.
Right.
The ratings were through the roof. These guys were on TV, man, and like you just gotta click and watch. They were on Epics and they were on Spike. Now Paramount Network. Nobody want to watch no Paramount Network. You know what I mean? Showtime. I watch Showtime, but I want to watch my series. You want to know what I mean?
Right.
I want to watch my what's that joint with Lee Schreiber?
Ray Donovan.
Ray Donovan and all that other stuff, man.
Yes.
I'm not remembering Bellator, but yeah. So, but I hope
Bernie Tigers, how you doing?
Hey. But yeah. Hopefully with that, if it happens, good fights, good spread, good expansion. My one worry though is that what if this is a ploy? Because you got to remember, it's not. PFL's under the ESPN banner. UFC is also under the ESPN banner right now under the deal. And you got to think, UFC now merging, with WWE.
Yes.
Vince McMahon's the chairman. And, that chairman dude, he's good with monopolizing, you know what I mean?
Yep.
What if this is just a little knock, and, we're going to try to buy out PFL one day, you know what I mean? A big move, And you try to get those guys to buy the Bellator and then PFL merges with you, I hope that's not the case, though. I hope that's not the case, but I like to see competition because that's how you get good business, competition.
Right.
Hey, and really quickly talking about competition, we saw the first card on American soil,
Yeah.
This past month in Denver with ONE FC.
Yes.
I think, without a doubt, that is the hottest property and organization when it comes to mobile, when it comes to the fact that they're in Asia and now they're infiltrating the United States. Huh?
Nah, I'm answering Bernie. When Bernie said, I miss watching Mr. B on Hops. Word, man. I talked to him the other day because
what's going on, Bernie?
He can't get OK Live.
OK Live.
So he can't watch it. You know what I mean? He can't watch the streams. And the other day, remember earlier this year, Volkanovski fought Makhachev.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was thinking about Bernie when I was watching it too. I was like, damn, you want to watch it? You know what I mean? And Islam's gonna fight this year. He's supposed to be fighting not Islam, Volkanovski. He's supposed to be fighting during International Fight Week, actually. He'll be fighting Yair Rodriguez.
Bernie, I don't know what you need to do to get OK Live working. Mr. B is 1 in a million.
That's the other countries. These other countries don't have all the platforms like we do.
Got it.
All of that for what other folks got going on. And Bernie, you got to deal with me slap nuts. You damn right. Now, Bernie, what I will do, and actually I will recommend, JoJo is broadcasting on YouTube now. I do try to share his streams in my room. You can follow him on there. I got your problem, son. I got your problem, all right?
If I could stream video on airtime, right? That's what I gotta do. I'm gonna try to do that.
I'm trying to tell you. No, it's not my part of the show.
But I love airtime because you know why. It's
not my part of the show.
All right.
Easy.
Easy.
But yeah. The North America with ONE. Big show. The much needed show. The event was fantastic. They don't stick to just one type of thing. They do everything. So that's why I really enjoy it. Kickboxing, traditional kickboxing, Muay Thai, the MMA fights, as well as the submission grappling competitions.
Right.
Awesome stuff, man. They got a roster full of really great talent. They go above and beyond to get their talent. Problem is, there's a little bit of sketchiness that's going on up in one. As far as the heavyweight champions concerned, they had Glory Women's Kickboxing Champion Anissa Mexon signed there. I don't know what type of games they were playing, but they didn't let that girl fight, and she left. And now they're playing with her contract. Championing the whole thing with him and Ngannou. But other than that, one is the spot, man. One is the spot to be at. It's good, and I hope they have another event in North America. They're expanding. They keep going through these bankruptcies, but I don't know who's their sponsors because every time you hear they're bankrupt, they come back with more money and bigger events. So,
right. You know what I thought was smart? I thought what was smart, this event that just happened in Denver. They went to a stadium, 7,000 seats.
Yep.
Easy sell.
Yeah.
They could have sat there and said, hey, let me go fill 20,000 seat arena
and call it
and been stressed out.
Right.
Yeah.
7,000 seats just like that.
They tested the water and that was genius.
Not a bad seat in the house.
Nope.
And it was a great card. And from what I'm hearing, they're going to be on every month.
Moving forward, that's what they look at. They're trying to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're trying to have like a pay-per-view event, the Amazon type events every month. They still have their Friday morning events.
Right.
Which are really good. Mainly the kickboxing. This is mainly kickboxing, which I get a kick out of, man. For people that just don't like MMA because of the boring grappling, support kickboxing, damn it, and watch the kickboxing fights. Because I'm tired of people complaining, oh, he's just wrestling him. Shut up and watch kickboxing, damn it. Kickboxing been on some fan bases for quite some time. They've been looking for some fans, damn it. Watch that.
What he said.
Yeah. You know what I mean? So I hope they succeed, man, and they do stuff. Because as I said, more competition, the better, man. Better business for everybody.
Really quick thoughts on who's going to win this weekend, Haney or Loma?
This is Loma's last opportunity, man.
Yeah.
Loma gonna go. He got to go broke. He got to go broke.
I remember the night I was at Madison Square Garden when we saw Loma, and the entire arena. You know how Madison Square Garden is. The entire arena was just screaming, Loma, Loma. We went outside Madison Square Garden. They're still chanting Loma. I said, jeez.
Loma the truth, man. Loma the truth. Over 300 amateur fights.
Yes.
Olympic medalist. Former champ.
That means they need to see him. That means they want to see him.
38 years old, though.
Wow.
Going up against the 24-year-old Devin Haney.
Ooh, this is it. This is it.
And Devin Haney is not no little man. Devin Haney is a body. And
this
not
ain't
only
gonna end
his
well.
body, he's a tactical body. An undefeated tactical
somebody
body.
is going to get bodied.
I am going to go on the limb of limbs, and I'm going to take Haney. It's not even about because of Loma's age, ain't none about that. Devin Haney has been on a run of runs. How this title joint has come full circle is crazy too. Because Loma lost his titles to Lopez during COVID. Lopez fought Camboso and MSG, lost those titles. Haney traveled damn near to Australia. Sorry, Bernie. He traveled. Hi, Bernie.
Thanks, Bernie.
Traveled to Australia to fight Cambosos. Had to go through the whole troubles because he couldn't go with his coach and his dad was separated. He had to deal with that whole thing. Still managed to go through all that. Beat Cambosos in Australia. had the rematch with Kambosos in Australia and did it again.
Yeah.
And now Haney's fighting Loma. The prick one here.
What's going on, Sweet Pea?
Hey, Sweet Pea. But yeah, I'm going with Haney. Undefeated.
How you
the
doing?
guy gets better as he's growing. He's getting better. The more fights he's getting, the more composed and tactful he's getting. That kid works behind his jab so damn good. It is scary.
That's what we're talking about.
Man can neutralize the entire offense on that jab and range, man. Loma's good, but then Loma got to get on the inside. How well will Loma do on the inside? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
The way that man works, Haney works behind that jab and that movement, that sweet science he puts on people, boy, it's going to be problematic. It's going to be problematic, but Loma is a dog. And I'm going to love it, but I'm going to take Haney, man. But if Loma gets this done, it's hard to deny this dude. That man's going to get back up in the top 3 spot? I think top 3 spot? Yeah. Who's in the top 3 spot right now? We still have Crawford. Is it Crawford? I think we have Crawford. I think Canelo somewhere around. And I forgot who else. They got Inoue, I think. But yeah, Loma will get right back in that 5 spot. He should be able to get back up in that 5 spot. The fact that Tank Davis is not in people's top 10 is crazy. But yeah, Loma gotta get in that 5. Loma gotta get back in that top 3 if he beats Haney. If he beats Haney, he gets in that top 3. But yeah,
Tony, I got a question for you.
I didn't do it, and I don't know what happened.
Coping with stress.
Mm-hmm.
Would you like to know 6 tips?
Sure.
To help.
God knows I need them right now. I'll admit it. I need them right now. I admit it.
Now, we could have superimposed Tony in this picture, but we opted not to. 6 tips to help cope with stress. So, Tone, learning to cope with stress in a healthy way will make you, the people you care about, and those around you become more resilient. If you're feeling overwhelmed, Tony, there's some tips to help you. What are some of those tips, Tone?
Let me show you what they got and allow me to elaborate afterwards if there's any more, please.
Okay.
Ahem. Oh, easy, Rick. Number 1, exercise. Exercising gets endorphins pumping through your brain, which triggers a happy feeling. Exercise lowers your body's stress hormones like cortisol and releases chemicals to make you feel more at peace. I agree with this. Most people want to go to the gym. You can do at-home exercises. Let's be clear. A lot of you who cannot sleep at night won't work out with all these infomercials and exercise commercials that be on there. Now that they're not on TV, they are online. I recommend it. And I'll admit it because I used to do that. I was notorious in my 20s for making sure I exercised at least 3 to 4 days a week, whether I was coming home late from work, acting up, drunk, or just fatigued and said I wasn't going to. I actually did that one year. It can help. You will actually, if you exercise properly, and I will tell this to people, you exercise and keep your body up, you can get 5 hours of sleep a night and be fully rested for the entire day. No joke. I am a living example of that. I've done it. Number 2, take care of your body. Take deep breaths, stretch, and don't meditate. Try to eat healthy, well-balanced meals and get plenty of sleep. A bunch of y'all don't damn sleep. This is the first thing I've noticed with a lot of people who are stressed. They don't rest their mind. They can't sleep. They're not relaxing. The deep breath, stretch, and meditate, some people may see that as extra, but try to circulate the oxygen in the blood in your body. Take some stress off a few nerves and get yourself properly right. I do agree with that. Well-balanced meals, that's a given, but food industry is next. 3, avoid excessive alcohol, tobacco, and substance use. I'm guilty of 2 of them. I don't do tobacco no more. I do nicotine. So that counts as a substance use, but it's not illegal. Y'all get off my case. And reduce your caffeine intake as it tends to make us jittery, which can cause stress and anxiety. I only do coffee at work. I don't have a coffee pot in the house. That's a habit I don't want to start. Senior citizens do it. I understand his energy for the day. Not a problem with that. Unwind. Make time to unwind. Try to do some other activities you enjoy. Hey, yo, Rick, that's why I unwind at. Or so I thought, as I've been finding out lately. But it's okay. But it's okay. Unwinding, I put down to relaxing. Most of us will sit down, but most of us don't sit down long enough just to clear our minds. Some people don't have that time. As a parent, I always tell parents, put the kids to bed, get them on a schedule. Okay, cool. You got to clean up the house. You got to do things. It's an hour, 2 hours. You need an hour to sit down. Most of us don't have that. That's a part of unwinding I want to recommend to everybody. Connect with others. Spend time laughing with friends and family. Let yourself have a good time and get your mind off of the business and other real world. Connect with your community or faith-based organizations. This is a fact. Appreciate that, Ted. I didn't need that, but thank you. I know you wanted to put that out there. Jesus. Connecting with others, I tend to emphasize, you'll talk to friends, you'll talk to family to the point of exhaustion as you get older. Because a lot of people will understand that you all will get in contact, you all are good, and then people will start to move on with their lives.
Yeah.
Especially during COVID, and we've talked about this more than once. A lot of people started relying on online relationships instead of the interpersonal, face-to-face contact that we were having. So a lot of us were connected with each other up here. As much as I agree with this was also one of the recommendations to people. There's a little bit of a clash. It does make sense, but I would recommend this year a lot of people get out more. Get back in touch with folks. See if it's still there. And if it's not, you can come back here if you want. See if that's still there. And if it's not, then you can evolve to do what you need to do to move beyond what isn't working.
Right.
I'll be honest about that. Journal writing. Let me tell you something about journal writing. Let me read it first. Journal with intent by starting with a positive prompt. Positive, not antagonistic, not sarcastic, not trying to be a wise guy, but I will admit, writing it down and getting it out instead of talking to people who may blast your ass all over the place, I can agree with. This is an old habit from junior high. Girls had journals or diaries. Girls had diaries, guys had journals, from what I remember. Some of us grew past it. Once you write it down and get it out your head, you kind of can't evolve afterwards. I got no problem with those. I myself, outside of those, whatever you have procrastinated on, take one of those procrastination notes that you've taken where you didn't do something, do one a day. We don't clear our minds. We can't clear our minds with a lot of what we have going on, a lot of previous stress. I think a lot of us, and I will say, are PTSD from the most recent pandemic. We don't know what's going to happen next. We don't know how it's going to impact us. And the impact that it had on a lot of people has stalled them from being themselves. I can say some of it for myself based on what I went through with it. I can't say that for everybody. A lot of people are able to move on. A lot of people are ready to do things. But what I'm noticing, and I just saw a story about it before we came up here, about 30 minutes before we started, there was a fight in Disney World in Orlando because somebody wouldn't move out of the way for somebody else to take a picture. Some of y'all got bent up frustration. You're trying to get out and do something, but the slightest trigger will set you.
Yeah.
We are easily triggered as a society. Why? Because freedom of speech to some people also means running your mouth and saying what you want, doing what you want to do, and then somebody do something about it because you don't think they're going to do enough, and you will be wrong. I think everybody needs to be careful out there. That's just me. I didn't mean to go so long. Appreciate it.
Tony, option number 7 is listed on here.
I don't see it. I'm not doing this with you. I'm trying to ignore it. But you're going to leave it on screen. And number 7 came up before I even read number 1. From the God guy.
Hit number 7. Delete.
Thank you, Leslie.
Airtime.
Yeah.
They tried to tell me the same thing about apps. They told me the same thing about social media. I wouldn't have met any of you. I wouldn't have been graced by your glory. I wouldn't have basked in your presence had I listened to that in the first place. But
Joe, he's talking about you.
Easy, Rick.
Oh my God.
The one tech tip for the week. This is back towards the early part of the month, about 10 days ago, there was a rapid response for iPhone users. Rapid security response. If you are an iPhone user, an iOS user, you would have received that update. Very important to patch your devices.
I agree, Rick. Sorry. I did see this update.
16.4.1.a.
Yeah. Oh, I got a tip on that too. Yeah, go ahead and finish. I got a tip I want to give everybody.
Go ahead.
iPhone users.
What's happening?
I learned something I'm probably late on early this month. When you don't have enough storage room on your updates, it is not necessarily the pictures. It's not necessarily the videos that you have saved. It may be the music that you have on your device. I had to go back and delete some of the CDs that I used to have on there, some of the jams that I had up there. It cleared up some room because I was trying to figure out why I would take all the apps off my device. Still wouldn't have enough space. I would start deleting no messages, still didn't have enough space. It ain't that. When you look on the bar, it'll be media. And I think it's either media or
music.
It's the music content. Yeah, the music. Because I was saving whole CDs. I was literally pulling up all the classics I ever had that I didn't have anymore. I had to take some of them out, and then I had room. I want to recommend that to a lot of iPhone users, a lot of Apple users. Some of you all are not updating. Let that be an advice that I would give you. If you skip one, the next one that comes up, it'll still catch it up all the way. The security response that you showed. I also noticed they took off the COVID warning that was on the iPhone.
Yes.
It's
over.
Yeah. Well, the World Health Organization said it's over, but I myself,
it's over.
I'm not playing with it. Not what I went through. And some of the symptoms that made you susceptible to catching it, people are still going through those pre-existing conditions.
Yeah.
I would be weary. They don't consider it to be a pandemic or a global issue anymore because they think everybody got natural immunity by now, but it doesn't mean everybody's going to survive, in my opinion. I do still have breathing issues. One thing they did not touch about on that was sinuses.
That's true.
I haven't seen it anywhere. Sinuses and allergens. Mind you, the virus is very small and can be carried in anything that's organic. I'll be damned if all this pollen kicking around couldn't have restarted this whole thing all over again. I caught it 2 times. I remember Leslie, yes, and I hope you're doing good. She was going through it too. I know it ain't going to be, and y'all ain't ready for what I saw that might be coming next year.
I do want to quickly segue to wait. Hold on, let me make sure I see what's on the screen because I just wanted to. We'll go with thanks for the reminder. I thought
Chris technician was on me to update, and I couldn't. I was trying, and I couldn't figure it out. And actually sit there and mess with it for a minute. I was like, "Oh, this is what happened." I went through a trial and error phase.
I wish it was completely over. Don't we all wish it was completely over?
Yes. Leslie, I don't know if you was there when I was talking about. I think you were, but I did see something on it. And Ted, I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
No, it's okay.
You sure?
Yeah, it's okay. Question for Rick, real quick.
Yes.
Says he gets headaches once in a while. Rick, are you in your house where all the windows are sealed, the heat is up, or the AC is up? You know, the HVAC is on 24/7? Because that happens sometimes. I mean, you know, I'm not diagnosing anything, but I opened the window the other day, and I can't tell you how good I felt.
Yeah.
An old habit I used to have when I would clean the house once a week, I would open all the windows and vacuum and turn the central air on, recirculating the air, if you will. That did do something for me. And also, Rick, like I said, we don't know what you got going on in the house. Change the filters. That'll do something as well.
Yeah.
I don't want to tell everybody to dust all the time, even though you're supposed to, but everybody ain't got a maid like the Jeffersons in here who gonna sit here and dust all day, and all of us ain't got small houses. But that's another thing. Getting the dust and getting somebody to clean the house inside and out, that helps as well, but that's not cheap. Everybody ain't got it like that. And you got it time. And Rick, I know where your focus is on anything. So those just be a couple of my recommendations. When you get a chance, try those.
Tone, I will tell you,
Yes.
Joe,
Yeah.
Rick, and Sweet Pea, like a maniac, I have on my Outlook calendar to clean the filters every 3 weeks.
3 weeks?
Every 3 weeks.
I change mine every 3 months.
Okay, I have the reusable ones.
Yeah, I do too. Every 3 months I change mine.
I take them out, rinse them, soap, everything else like that every 3 weeks.
Oh, I dump mine.
The amount of dust that you see, that's the type of stuff that you're breathing.
It's and that's real.
You'll be surprised, man. You'll be surprised.
And I would just challenge you. You do it 3 months, cut it down to a month and a half, and see the difference.
Yes, I feel you on that. I feel you on that.
Bunch of schools are all over the country are being hit with cybersecurity attacks. The stuff we talk about all the time on here. Being diligent in what you're doing, diligent on what you're clicking on. We talk phishing, we talk fishing, farming, all the above. Before you click on that text message, think about it.
Yes.
Just think before you click.
Yes, I agree. That kind of goes against the recommendation that I had, even the stance that I had with the Wi-Fi going to everybody everywhere, especially for the school systems. That go against it. I didn't think about that. That makes me look crazy, and I'll take that. But I really did want to see all of these children being educated on an equal level instead of being stereotyped, because the rural areas are always stereotyped against the metropolitan areas.
Of course.
Yeah.
But that's the conflict that I forgot about myself.
Yeah.
I didn't think about that.
And what we always say is, hey, free Wi-Fi. Hey, my neighborhood or wherever I am, whether it's a rural or urban area, is giving out free Wi-Fi. All the time, free isn't good.
No, it's not. And a lot of people have Google devices.
Yes.
Google is very open on the Wi-Fi with very low security. It's not necessarily.
Yes.
I agree with that.
So we just got to be a little bit smarter out there because it's getting extremely dangerous.
We got to teach these kids not to fall for everything attractive. Advertisements, banners.
We don't have time to talk about John Morant because I think.
Jeez.
So Rick said, I had a dude call me on the phone saying I had a warrant for my arrest and wanted my credit card to pay the fine. Get the out of here.
She told him to pull up.
That right there is what you would call social engineering.
Yes. And they hard with it too.
Not gonna, like I said, not gonna talk about John Morant.
I could do it real fast.
Too much oxygen out of the room.
Yeah, I can do it real fast. We can do it real fast, though. We can do it real fast. That's the biggest news in the NBA for real, besides the finals.
I'll let you guys talk about it. I don't want to talk about it because I'm just like,
Ja goofball, man. That's all I gotta say. Ja whole goofball, man. Like, yo, it's crazy, man. Yo, you got, bro. Like, I can't deal with it, man. It's not even no more of the, your friends got to do this and your parents got to do this and nah, man. It's on you, man. It's on max contract deal, bro.
Toby.
Max, girl named Toby.
The NBA, man.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
$200
million.
Yes.
For a 4-year deal.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's 50 a year.
What are you doing?
24 years old, $50 million a year. I want to throw this out there.
Nike sneaker deal.
Yeah. The first time he had the gun, he knew he was showing on the camera.
Gatorade.
The second time, he wasn't trying to, and his homeboys tried to pull the camera off.
Yeah.
I want to get on his homies. Y'all know this. Don't put dude on camera. I know y'all was having the moment. Yeah, he picked up the gun. Everybody's on this case picking up a gun. I think it was JJ Redick on ESPN. I saw a clip he did on TikTok this morning.
Mm-hmm.
he defended the hell out of what he was about what he did, because he said, y'all mad at him for pointing a gun. He broke no law. You don't get mad at these other folks with their guns. He was absolutely correct, 100% correct. They did get on him about it. I understand everybody like, he need to be smarter, he need to be better. Some of y'all be carrying y'all guns and flashing y'all guns like it's nothing too. The only thing we want to get on him about is, yes.
How many young kids look up to this guy?
Plenty.
Yeah.
How many millions of fans look up to this guy?
Well, I think they look forward to him playing. I will say that. But we got a lot of guns have been advertised a lot.
Yeah.
He didn't do anything intentional, aiming at somebody, pointing at somebody. The real problem with a gun is pointing it at somebody, not showing it. Because some of these people out here walking around Walmart with guns. They're going in vape shops with guns. They're going everywhere with guns. Yeah, he had it. Yeah, he flashed it. So what? The NBA don't want him to do it. That's the beef they got to deal with. Now he's in half a game suspension. I mean, half a season suspension. Yeah. And we talked about this before. Yo, Ja, I'm going to tell you, and I'm seeing everybody up in here is talking about you real bad. Even the affiliation that you pretty much threw up, that they think, take it easy, bro. $200 million. Do me a favor. And I always told you, if y'all pay me $200 million and told me don't go to strip club no more, I ain't going.
I'm home.
I will not make 10% of that money in my life.
Yeah.
Have bailed out any and everybody that has ever been there for you, and you still have leeway left over after taxes. You can still pay people after all of that. Take it easy on the street life. Take it easy on doing what you want to do. Take it easy on being reckless. Do me a favor, and I'm going to go ahead and say you. Why don't you go ahead and give up for once? You made $200 million. This is a fat check. Try and get that LeBron money without going LeBron's way. That's your challenge.
Joe, we're not talking about Victor Wembanyama because he's been so super hyped.
You got to, Ted.
I don't have the energy. We could talk about him on the other shows.
You got to.
That I'll watch you guys talk about.
He going to the Spurs.
That toe, dog. My team coming back, y'all.
You see a second dynasty style legacy out of him with that franchise.
Joe, your thoughts on Pat McAfee joining Superpowers and taking the show to ESPN?
Crazy, man. I didn't expect that turn, but he's going to take that turn. I'm happy for him, you know what I mean? I hope all his buddies could go on the show with him and people get to check that out. I get why the move, because he is, he was doing Fox Sports, but I understand the WWE do interviews with ESPN. They're linked with ESPN. So him going to ESPN is pretty good. He get paid very well. I don't know what else to say about it, man. Good stuff for him. I hope he gets his freedom to talk his talk and do his thing for ESPN. But yeah, other than that, I'm happy for him, man. I'm happy for him.
Yes, Toby, he did leave us like that. Y'all big on the Pat McAfee thing. I don't have a dog in that fight. That's y'all's beef. I mean, that's y'all's conversation. As a sportscaster, I think he's got a future.
Yeah.
Anybody's looking for a new commentator. Some people are tired of the same ones that want to see new faces. I say go grab the money. Okay, Ted's gone. I'm going to throw this out there, all of y'all. Wembanyama, I think his name is. How you say his name again?
Yeah, Wembanyama. Yeah.
Wembanyama. NFL draft lottery. San Antonio will get the first pick. I expect San Antonio to get him. He's looking like the new Tim Duncan.
Yeah, so he's going to be projected to be the next Tim Duncan.
The only beef is he's scrawny. He's scrawny as hell. The man's got skin, but he's scrawny. They
post 7'5".
7'5". I mean, let's be real. Taco Fall didn't last. He went to the Celtics. Come on, man. I don't even know what happened with old Taco. And you got Wembanyama coming in, and he about to be with San Antonio. I mean, you ain't even got to jump the dunk.
I'm telling you,
man. Put a team around them.
A lot of those tall, lanky guys that didn't come into the fold into the NBA during like the, I would say 2012, 2015.
Mm-hmm.
They ain't really built that way, man. They're not built the same way.
Shaq had to gain weight. Zion ain't even got to gain weight. Zion going to wind up gaining weight, but Zion was already a big dude and agile. He was sick. He was supposed to be the new LeBron. All these new LeBrons ain't working out except for Giannis.
Except for
Giannis. And Giannis was all right. Now you got to get Wembanyama coming in, and it's going to be nice. We got to see what's going to happen. I ain't going to hold you up, man. This was fun. You got
to put some body on him. And we see how he handles, man. I'm tired of these big guys being just injury prone, man. For real.
Everybody injury prone. Everybody injury prone because them knees going out. They tacking on purpose. They're attacking on purpose. I don't like it. We need the game back instead of the nonsense. That's the real part.
True.
Tone, last topic to get you a little hype. I think you'll be a little hype because when I pull this up, tell me you remember this. HBCU Classic, Hampton and Grambling State. You remember the years? Well, I know you were up here and you were down south. Have you ever attended a Hampton versus Grambling State at the Meadowlands?
Never.
Oh, my goodness.
The only HBCU games I ever went to was Tuskegee University, my old school. The pride of the Swift-Growing South, straight up and down. Grambling playing anywhere is going to be hype. Hampton playing everywhere is going to be hype. My nephew did graduate from Hampton, so shout out to Hampton.
They're having it not at Giant Stadium. They're going to have it at Red Bull Stadium in Harrison, New Jersey.
Y'all fight that traffic.
It's going to be wicked.
I came from. We was up there. We drove to the Poconos, and I saw how congested the highway can be. Going through Newark, just going by the airport, y'all can have that madness, bro. Y'all can have that
packed, though. But it's gonna be packed, man.
Joe, the Brick City HBCU Classic, Kickoff Classic.
That's tight, though.
That's cool, though. I've heard things, man, but I know that got to be fire, though. It's got to be fire.
That's tight. HBCU games, for a lot of people that don't know, historically black colleges and universities, we carry a lot of energy in our games.
Yeah.
We want to see a lot of our athletes come up. We do support each other. We'll even beef with each other amongst ourselves. It is fun. Tuskegee plays Alabama State Turkey Day Classic. You get the Bayou Classic down there in New Orleans. Everybody goes to that. I haven't been yet. It's bananas. Same scale as some of the rivalry games which you see on ESPN. Yes. HBCUs try to support each other because we don't get enough support. We don't get a lot of support. That's one of the things Deion was doing when he went down there to Jackson State. That's going to be crazy in New Jersey. I'm not going to lie. That's going to be nuts because I'm going to be 1,000. A lot of HBCU students come from New York, New Jersey. That's going to be sick. You can't imagine all the jackets that'll probably be there, all the schools that's going to be represented, all the fraternities, all the sororities, all the alumni, all the supporters. That's going to be dope. I like it. I just don't want to fight the traffic.
Hey, I do want to give a shout out to a girl named Toby. Thank you for coming through. Sweet Pea.
Word.
Thank you for coming through. Rick Costa.
Word.
Jeeves.
Word.
Bernie.
Word.
Mike Patton from touring the AFC South.
Word.
And I think that's about it. So I got a closing question.
You forgot about Sadie. Sadie was in the chat too.
Sadie, how you doing? Sadie was in the chat earlier on. Mr. B, best ways to find you weekly. Give us the breakdown of what you do when you're not here.
I got a Twitter, New Year's Same B at Mr. B 1986. I drop some. I tweet. I retweet. I drop some little infos there. I got an OK Live. You can catch on the weekends whenever fights are around. I try to stream all the fights that happen on the day, and what I miss out on, I stream it the following day. That's at OK Live. The account is Mr. B. Got a picture of Laura Sanko as my profile pic. Wednesdays, I'm trying to do 2 a days, but I do the 1 a days of my podcast. This is my little podcast self-talk show called The B-Sides of the Fight Game with Mr. B. It's pretty cool. This is the logo right here. So check it out. I pretty much just talk about the combat sports events that are happening during the week, what happened during the week before, and info in between. So you can check that out. I'm on Fridays. That'll be later today. If you live on the East, if you live on the West, it'll be tomorrow. Cope's Corner MMA. I'm on with Mike Copenhaver. Fridays at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, sometimes Twitch. But yeah. And I'm on here, and I do the podcast with TJ sometimes on wrestling. I'll be on Mondays.
Shout out to TJ.
Yeah.
Shout out TJ.
Sometimes, man. But yeah.
Show ass. Stop playing.
TJ the Prodigy, man. Yeah. Tony.
Yo.
We've been waiting.
Have you?
We've been waiting because I haven't asked this question in almost 4 weeks.
Tony D,
how do we get in contact with you?
You can find me on airtime, even though people want me gone. I'm on their asses. First of all, appreciate. I have been missing this. I ain't gonna front. Good seeing the fellas. Jojo, you've been doing your thing on YouTube. I've seen you over there. Tell Mike I said what's good. Ted, I know what you got going on. Even Ace took off last week, so there's a little bit of a hiatus between a bunch of us. You can find me up here, Late Night Parents, my man Ted Hicks. You already know. You can find me on Sunday Night Smoke Podcast. Night spelled N-I-T-E. My man Ace World, T. Ronnie Robinson. Check that on Sundays when he does this thing. Find me a Nonsensical Nonsense Podcast. Says Glick swear don't nobody share his broadcast, but I keep telling people that he can start to see it, but we'll go there later.
Shout out
do
to
my
Glick.
own thing. Yeah, do our shout out to Glick. Glick be supportive, even though a lot of people got beef with him. He be supportive. He will jump up. He will show up. You'll see any of my music broadcasts, the random multi-broadcasts. I got a thing for old music video shows, so I try to do my own thing with that, taking everybody's ideas. Bell Kings Fantasy Football League should be an episode coming soon. I know everybody wants to get caught up on the current events. I've been trying to take it easy because they've been so sporadic. I want to have some type of, I see you say, stop playing with me. I want to have some type of a content that's going to last. That is just a quick fix, but I might do a quick fix. Definitely find me on Linktree, TonyD.original. You'll see me there. Trying to get my Twitch numbers up, Twitter numbers up, YouTube numbers up.
But wait, hold on.
Huh?
What if I didn't want to go to TonyD.original?
You see the face? You see the face? You see the face? And no, I don't have an OnlyFans. When you get in my Linktree, somebody got to tell me what's going on when they go to my Linktree. They be seeing they got to subscribe or pay for some stuff. They think I got an OnlyFans. I did not create an OnlyFans. You see an OnlyFans by me? Report that. He on me. I'm sitting there trying to watch the game and go to bed, but he asked for it, so he gonna get it. You can find me on YouTube, TONYD7444. You can find me on Twitter, TONYTON163. You can find me on Twitch, TONYTON72. You can find me on Instagram, TONYTON72. You can still find me on YouTube because YouTube ain't down yet because y'all been trying to get rid of it. But I love what I'm seeing up there. I mean, not YouTube, TikTok. I don't know what's going on with TikTok. I don't know what they're trying to do with TikTok. I'm still on there. TONYTON19723. I actually got an idea to do something up there. I'm going to try it this weekend. Got an idea. I'm going to try it. I got to see if it's going to work straight up. What else? Y'all do me a favor. If you enjoy the content, I'm going to request a PayPal and a Cash App and a Venmo and a Zelle donation. You ain't got to send me but $1 a piece. If all of my followers send me $1 a piece, I ain't got no beefs. I ain't got no griefs. You shouldn't get charged a fee. If you do get charged a fee, I'll request a $5, all that good stuff. I got my son this weekend. I'm just trying to get some food. I want to take him out. There's a couple things I want to do with him. I'm looking short. Nothing personal against anybody. And I'm running out of vape juice. If I ain't got my nicotine, I'm going to start acting like the rest of these junkies up here and I ain't going to know how to act. You know how somebody get when they're hungry and they go through the fit, all that craziness. What do I have planned, honestly? Not much. Just wanted to broadcast with everybody. Doing my own thing. I see a lot of people doing that. I want to be original, and I've been watching who's out there, who's doing what. I don't want to do what everybody else is doing. I really don't. Check the replays. You'll see the broadcast. A lot of the replays in full are on my Twitter. No interruptions. I don't know what Elon's doing. Y'all see what he worked on Periscope. People got all hyped. They got all crunk. I ain't mad at him. I know y'all wanted to come back, so I'm in support of you all. I'm in support of him bringing it back for the people that I've been around for the past 2 years. Straight up, appreciate it, Ted. Y'all know me. I'm all over the place. Holla at your boy.
Definitely.
Yes,
Definitely
sir.
do want to give a shout out to Carmen Lizette Suarez, who always gives us a shout out. She always does her thing on Thursdays, I think 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time with Rick Costa and friends.
Yes.
So one of these weeks, we're going to invade that show, that stream.
They got a good thing going too, Ted. Honestly, I've been watching episodes for the past 2 months. Rick, please tell her y'all are doing good. I like what you're doing. The help you have given her, she's feeling real good about it. So big ups to the both of y'all for real.
That's good. That's really good. I think outside of that, we are out.
Absolutely. Appreciate you, bro. Jojo, good
Thank
seeing
you very much.
Yes, sirs.